So, hey, listen, man, I want to tell you what almost happened to me so that you can let other people know, too. Get the word out there, man, and hopefully prevent this tragedy from happening to another individual. Man, I was almost murdered, was almost killed. I found out later that what they wanted to do, man, was they wanted to just rip my legs off of my body, just cut me at the knee and pull that part off. Come on up there by the hip and grab me with this thing, man, and just brutally rip my leg right off of me. They want to do it with both legs, man, leave me laying there just bleeding out in so much pain, no pain medicine, just begging for mercy. After that, we're going to rip my legs off, man. They were going to grab my arms, and they were going to pull them off of my body, too. And then while I'm laying there with no arms and no legs, bleeding out of every crevice that I have, man, barely grasping for life, they were going to finish me off by grabbing my skull and squeezing it and pulling my brain out onto the ground. After they finally killed me by the crushing of my brain, they were going to cut the rest of my body up, and then they had plans of throwing me in a trash can and just doing away with me. But praise be to God that I got away, man, and it never even happened to me. So when did this happen? How did it almost happen to me? But look, man, it happened to me while I was still inside of my mother's womb. You see, my mother, she got pregnant with my sister and she got really sick. So what they told her is they said, man, if you get pregnant again, you're likely going to die. So don't get pregnant again. You need the surgery to prevent it. If you don't get the surgery done and you get pregnant, you'll die and your daughter won't have a mother. So my mother wisely took the advice of the doctors and she had the surgery. And then 18 months later, man, here I come. Pow! Popping right up on the scene, you know, squirming around, kicking inside my mama, ready to be born. She went back to the doctor and they said, we're not real sure how you got pregnant. You shouldn't have got pregnant, but we can end the pregnancy. We can abort the baby. The family and the doctors, man, everybody told her to go ahead and do it. But my mother said this. She said, I didn't put him there. I can't take him from there. She said, God put him in me and I got to let him be born. The choice is not up to me anymore. The choice is up to God. So my mother allowed me to be born and prevented the terrible tragedy of the dismembering and chopping up and the crushing of my own skull. So when I hear people talk about abortion like it's no big deal, for me, it is a big deal because I could have been aborted like those little babies are aborted. And they say, man, the baby inside of the womb is not really a person yet. But if I wasn't a person inside my mother's womb, then how am I a person right now? You see, if I'm a person today, I had to be a person then. And there's nothing that separates the me from now from the me from then. I've always been a person. I've always been Ryan. When I was inside my mama, I was sucking on my thumb and touching my face and kicking my little feet. And right now, standing here today, man, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm not sucking my thumb, but I'm still moving my feet, moving my arms, I'm talking. I've always been a person. The Word of God says that He knew us while we were inside of the womb. It says He knits us together inside of our mother's womb, man. God gives life. Life comes from God. The Word of God says that the devil came to kill, steal, and destroy. That means all works of abortion, man, it comes from the enemy. It comes from the devil himself. Man, we can't give in to the devil and allow little babies to continue being murdered, man. We got to stand up and say enough is enough. The baby in the womb is a person, just like it's a person outside. And if we allow the killing of a person inside of the belly, just because somebody changes their mind on wanting to be pregnant, then where do we draw the line at, man? Because now in New York, they say even a medical doctor doesn't have to perform the surgery. Anybody can perform the abortion surgery. It doesn't have to be a doctor who does it. So now what do we have, man? We have people that have the baby, and then they decide from postpartum that they can't handle the baby, and they throw the baby in the trash can after a week or two. They find the dead baby, and they say, man, why'd you throw the baby away? No, I didn't throw it away. I just aborted the baby. That's all I did. So now even life outside of the womb is being killed because the people don't want to take care of it, man. The devil is behind the death. The devil is behind destruction. He is behind killing and murder, man. Jesus says that He gave life and He gives it more abundantly. And He tells us that we have an option. We have a choice, man. And this is what we got to do. We got to stand up and say enough is enough. Because if my mother aborted me inside of the womb, that would have been no less murder than if somebody walks up to me right now and kills me. But glory be to God that she was smart enough to say that God put the baby here and I can't destroy it. So I say we start a That Was Me movement, because that was me. And every woman that walks inside of the abortion clinic to get an abortion, man, they're doing what she could have done to me. So that's me. That was me. That was me.